it kind of looks like if a feather of the Mothman fell off and it became 12-foot creature. Like, I'll be honest with you, I ain't never heard of Flatwoods, West Virginia. So, like, I barely heard of West Virginia.
Only in song.
Only in song. Yeah.
Apparently, it likes to fart a lot. And by that, I mean it emits a strange noxious mist. On a scale of Predator to E.T., looking at the image, where would you put it?
On Predator to E.T.?
Yes, E.T., very loving, alien,
loving, and then
Predator
Predators. Welcome to your weekly dose of weird, the haunted, and the hidden. This is Hypothetically Sound with Alek and Randy.
Welcome back to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you are having a great day. As always, I am one of your hosts, Randy, joined by the other host, Alek.
What's up?
And we are back with more Cryptid Hunter stuff. Alek, are you ready for today's episode?
Yeah, man. Are you ready for today's episode, though?
I am. This one's a fun one. It's different than anyone that we've covered so far. It's the first alien cryptid that we're covering, and I'm excited to talk about it.
Okay. And who's that exactly?
Yeah, we are covering the Flatwoods Monster. You're like, monster. That's not alien. I don't know why it's named the Flatwoods Monster other than it was found in the Flatwoods, but it is an alien cryptid.
Dang. Was it found in the Flatwoods or was it found in a town of Flatwoods?
I think both. Honestly, it was found in Flatwoods, West Virginia, USA, for the people that don't live in America. And they found it while out and about. So, yeah, they found it in the Flatwoods of Flatwoods.
Okay.
Tell these people a little bit about the Flatwoods Monster.
All right. As you said, it is from West Virginia's folklore. Yeah. Its first sighting was in September 12th of 1952, which is kind of early-ish.
Yeah,
I feel.
For USA cryptids, pretty early.
Yeah. Especially for like an alien thing. I feel like maybe it was in the midst of like the big alien craze.
Yeah.
Which probably could have amplified the rumor of, the Flatwood Monster, right?
Yeah, 100%, because it's definitely during the Area 51 in Roswell, and we're starting to get more, like the TVs are becoming more popular, news, everything is booming at this point.
But yeah, this creature, it looks like a large humanoid, right? It has red eyes. It kind of looks like if a feather of the Mothman fell off and it became 12-foot creature.
Yes, it is big. I've seen different accounts that it's anywhere from like 5 feet tall to 12 feet tall.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty big.
And I think why it has such of these like different heights is one of the big things that it seems to be similar in everybody's recount of the cryptid is it doesn't have legs and it kind of just floats. So like that can change the height you're seeing it, because like you look down, you see it's floating, you look back up and it's floating 3-4 feet in the air, it's going to look like it's 12 feet tall to you.
I was going to say, it's often depicted like wearing almost like a dress-like thing, which, hides the legs, if there are any.
Yeah.
And a belt. I think it's kind of a funny little thing. It also has this weird cone head. Like, this is what I said. It kind of looks like a feather top.
Yeah.
It's depicted with like a feather top pretty consistently as well. And big eyes.
People like to equate it to spades. The playing cards. It looks like a spade.
Yeah. And of course, it has long, like, tree-like branch arms with big hands and claw-esque.
Yeah.
They look like tree branches.
And most people who have seen it say similar, that it has like a cloak or has some kind of like mech armor The colors vary. If you were to go search Flatwoods Monster or went to West Virginia Flatwoods, you would see a green cloak with the spade head, red eyes. A lot of the stuff that I found while looking into West Virginia's Flatwoods specifically is it is a lot cuter than what you would find online. Like, so they go with a more cartoonish version out in West Virginia. Like it looks like it wants you to come near it.
I
Looks like
mean,
it could be like a nanny. But then you look
yeah.
online and it looks pretty scary. It looks like a.
Are you surprised by that? Hold on.
No, not
I
at
was
all.
gonna say this is supposed to bring people in. Like, why the fuck?
Right.
Like, I'll be honest with you, I ain't never heard of Flatwoods, West Virginia. So like, I
Yeah,
barely heard of West Virginia.
Only in song.
Only in song. Yeah. Thought I was made up.
One of the other big things around this cryptid is really interesting. Apparently it likes to fart a lot. And by that I mean it emits a strange noxious mist that makes people feel sick or dizzy or nauseous. And that seems to be very common in encounters, as well as a lot of people walk away after seeing this mist and they feel sick and dizzy.
That sounds crazy. Imagine it just be tooting. Like it just got an upset tummy. It'd be
Right.
tooting, and it can't figure out why people are scared of it because every time it gets near one for help or like Tums or something, they pass out.
Right, it's out here
bad.
eating raw meat and weird berries, and it just wants its stomach to stop.
It's not from this planet. It doesn't know what's good to eat and what isn't. It's not used to.
Someone just take them out for a steak dinner and it would have been fine.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we running away from them.
Oh God, bro!
Act like you never farted in public.
Oh God, yeah.
I be farting at the gym.
You do. It really sucks when you're lifting weights and all of a sudden it's like, I'm going to die.
Act like they haven't seen heavyweights. Now, we said that it was discovered in 52.
Yep.
And let me set the stage a little bit.
Okay.
So the 1950s, like we said, had the UFO craze going on. It was also middle of the Cold War. So we are doing the space race at this time. Ooh. So we have this feeling in America of outer space is amazing. The moon, what is beyond the stars? And so picturing aliens coming is something very common. And that kind of and they be tooting like outer space, the moon is made of cheese.
Damn, alien, you shit with that ass.
So this group of kids, along with the mother and a National Guardsman, head out and do a little scouting and adventuring. And around 7 p.m. that night, the group of the children and the guardsmen and the mother see a bright flaming object streak across the sky. And instead of running away, they decide to chase it down. And they followed it to a farm owned by a man named Bailey Fisher. Mm-hmm. Now, at the site, they say they saw red pulsing lights and a terrifying figure standing nearby. When they said they got closer, because again, they still haven't ran away at this point, they said the creature emitted a high-pitched shrieking sound before gliding towards them. Now, at this point, finally, they get some brains and run away in terror. And apparently some of them suffered from throat irritation and nausea afterwards. And since then, there have been a lot of reports of it around the area. It even sparked the U.S. Air Force to conduct an investigation. They found, or they reported, that it was just a meteor that they saw and just misidentified wildlife.
Interesting. That's kind of crazy.
During this time, next to like Bigfoot, this was one of the most famous cryptid sightings in the U.S. probably ever, at least mainstream wise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so it wasn't not only uh in like their town, but they had investigators come, newspapers were sent, it was on national media. It literally was everywhere after it happened.
Yeah. I mean, again, it was during the craze, so I'm sure anything that like remotely alien like was scouted out, especially when you had more than one or two people. Like it's different if it was like just the kids,
Yeah.
right? But you have, a mother and then a military individual or a higher up like personnel searching that out. Like, yeah, people tend to believe that a little bit more than like just two kids running around saying they saw a little alien on a cobblestone wall. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so
Um,
like even even recently, and by recently I mean what, 24 years at this point, 2000, the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry did its own investigation on the day. So they went back and did as much research as they could. They visited the sites, and they concluded very similar to what the Air Force did. And they said it was just a meteor. It was probably an owl. Uh, like the meteor even went across other states. It went across Maryland and Pennsylvania, so it wasn't just a West Virginia thing. Uh, and they even said, doing research on the area, what the red lights they saw were probably just aircraft beacons in the distance. And the like anxiety they built up trying to follow the comet or the meteor is what caused them to become sick as well.
right. Which also, yeah, very popular. It was the 50s. You stub
Mhm.
your toe, you're in a hospital for 30 weeks. Like, anyways, yeah, I mean, I think like just the whole story is pretty neat. It's definitely just like a bar novel, right?
Mhm.
Um, there's evidence, evidence quotations, leading towards that based off of like the full description that they gave them,
Mhm.
uh, based off of like them assuming that that's the meteorite, and where they found it, flight patterns, all sorts of things, right?
Yeah.
Even the description of the hands matches that of an owl's talons, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's probably an owl.
Yeah, I think 100%. It was probably an owl that hooted, and they were all, like we said, panicky and like excited about what they were
Mm-hmm.
chasing. It was a comet in
Sharing a shared
50s.
delusion. Everyone does
Yeah.
that though, right? It's like when you're
Hmm.
walking somewhere scary and you're like, "Oh my god, what's that?" Or it's like, "Holy fuck, I saw it," and
Hmm.
you guys both probably didn't see shit.
Yeah, and then they went to a farm, so they probably had a mixture of like cow poop and pig poop
Mm-hmm.
drifting up in their noses. And like, if you didn't know, if you like hadn't been to that farm, maybe you didn't know that there were airport lights out in the distance, and so you saw those red lights. And then the owl probably had like a shadow casted that was bigger than the owl actually was, and just a bunch of things that led to them being overly stimulated.
Yeah,
But it's still fun to talk about. Like, aliens are a fun conversation, and so smartly, Flatwoods, West Virginia, has taken the cryptid and used it as a tourist destination.
as
They
you
have,
do.
yeah, they have a museum dedicated to the monster. They host an annual Flatwoods Monster Festival. It's big on Reddit. It's big across the internet. I mean, it was even used in Fallout 76.
Yeah,
Like, so the legacy of the Flatwood Monster is going to live forever. It was on TV. It's going to continue to be on TV. It's just a fun, interesting looking cryptid as well.
that'd be
Uh,
shit.
it was well done. Whoever drew it, whoever was like, yeah, let's keep pushing it. They did it really well.
Yeah, I like the imagery way better than like Bigfoot or
Hmm.
some other like towns.
Yeah.
So I don't want to name them because I know some people get offended. Michigan.
On a scale of Predator to ET, looking at the image, where would you put it?
On Predator to ET?
Yeah, so ET, very loving,
Yeah,
alien,
loving, and then
Predator kill
Predator
you.
is Paul from Paul.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like it would be kind of goofy and sarcastic,
Mm-hmm.
but
The looks
mostly
of it,
harmless.
yeah, 100%. I agree, 100%. That was a good. That was a good pull. That was a good pull. I was
Yeah.
thinking like Lilo,
Oh, you're
early
thinking
Lilo.
Stitch.
Mm-hmm. Sorry,
Mm.
Stitch. Yeah,
It's fine.
I'm too old.
Yeah, brown people aren't aliens, Rand. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I like we're
You're not
proud of
wrong.
ourselves. I'm just saying, yeah. Okay, Trump. It's just like, you know,
Yeah.
it's definitely Paul. I feel like if it could talk, it's very sassy, very
Mhm.
sarcastic. But I don't feel like it's harmful. Is that the word? I don't feel like it's dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Feel
No,
like
I
it's
don't
gonna
think it's dangerous
harm
at all.
people.
If
I
it
feel
was
like
dangerous, he would have wiped out all those kids in the National Guardsmen who probably had a weapon.
probably just a girl with an upset tummy, like trying to vibe.
Right? Landed too early. Should have
Too
waited
early.
till 2000s.
Oh
Would have
god,
went viral.
would have went viral for sure.
But
But
yeah,
yeah,
everybody, that is the Flatwoods Monster. Hope you
yes, it is.
enjoyed that part of the podcast, and we hope that you go do some research on it because it is a fun, interesting cryptid to learn about, to see some of the stories. It's an exciting cryptid. But it is that time for our new segment that we've done the last couple times.
So it's not new.
It is still new in my book and in your book and everybody's book. It is the What Did We See segment.
Okay, what did we see today?
You ready?
I'm sitting here wondering.
Okay. So last night, around 8 p.m., my two friends and I drove to a state park, parked in an empty parking lot, and hiked about 3/4 mile up a mountain trail. We live in north central PA. I figured this is relevant because we are in the Appalachian Mountains.
Nope.
After we got on the path and it curved out of sight of our car, we started to hear distant noises towards the beginning of the path. Friend A and I think it was people laughing, whooping, and hollering. But friend B thought it was animals howling. We ignored it and walked together another half a mile up, stopping at a lookout to take pictures. As we get back onto the path to keep forward, a 6 to 7 foot tall human bear looking thing on two legs ran across the path about 100 feet away. It was pitch black, fast, and silent and stuff. I quickly say run and dart down the path. We keep running until we get close to the end of the path where we stop to catch our breaths. As the car comes into view, I hear what sounds like two big bangs of a big-ass drum, and I once again tell us to run. The whole thing is crazy to me. I still can't figure out what it is that we saw, but we are terrified, and my one friend doesn't even believe in this stuff. It didn't run after us, but I still felt watched all the way up and down the hill. It was like I was about to be pounced on. What did they see?
Man bear pig.
Yeah, man, that's not a bad.
Obviously. He saw a man bear, but he didn't get a good look because he was a little scared. But I'm sure it was half man, half bear, half pig.
I like man bear pig. It's an interesting choice. It's not the common one on the Reddit thread. Yeah, but guess what the common one on the thread might be?
Whatever the shape-shifting thing he's called is a bear. Yeah, the skin things.
Skinwalkers?
You're supposed to not say it. I wasn't gonna say it.
Oh,
You're
my
supposed
bad.
to not say it. Same with like the
We're not
flesh-eating creatures. That don't matter, Such bad energy.
The popular theory is they saw the dogman.
The dogman?
Dogman.
Man, see, if you ever go to the Appalachians, the dogman better not come through because you're gonna see the real dog. You feel me? I ain't scared of no dogman. The fuck?
The picture that they posted, I am scared of the dogman.
I'm googling that issue
It looks
right
like
now.
a werewolf.
Fun fact: there's a movie in 2025 called Dogman, made by the creator of Captain Underpants.
Oh, interesting.
Is that considered a cryptid? Do I put?
Yeah, I think Dogman's a cryptid.
There's a Michigan Dogman, so I don't think it's that Dogman.
And apparently, the original poster said, "Yeah, it looked like the Dogman. It was extremely buff."
That's man, baby.
And apparently, Dogman laughs. It's not like a banging or anything. And so the original poster says, "Maybe I mistook the deep laughs for drums if it was bouncing off the mountain too." So that like oh, it was drums. Never mind, it was laughs. Like, that's creepy.
Wait, that was supposed to be its laugh? Was the
drums? Yeah,
bro. Maybe it was just barking. Maybe they got that confused. There's no way that's a laugh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My shit sound like a drum too. All I'm saying, I ever bump into the dog man, he gonna see the dog in me. Catch his paws.
At that point, yeah, that's all you can do.
Hit him 3 times in the thigh.
I ain't outrunning no dog man.
Yeah, on
It's
God,
a dog
dude.
and a man, so it has both types of speed combined. I'm just one.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit there. I'm gonna outsmart that bitch. I'll be like, here's a stick. Go fetch. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You know, gotta be smart. But yeah, you know, man. As soon as you said where they was at, the location, it's just kind of it's iffy because there's a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit up there.
Yes.
If it's not real, which is a possibility, of course. Yeah. They just probably stumbled upon a bear that was just walking, because bears sometimes just be fucking bulling. Like,
yeah, walk across, and some bears are relatively skinny and very like dog human-esque. If you like catch them out of your peripheral and you try to find them, and it probably looked at you like, "Why you messing with me? I'm just trying to get some honey," and then moved on with its life.
Yeah, then mixed with paranoia, and it sounds like was it during the day? It sounded like it was like
no, 7:15 p.m.
Yeah, why the fuck you walk in the mountains at 7:15 p.m.? The fuck is wrong with you?
Especially the Appalachian Mountains, like, you know what it's about, like, you know the stories, so you just choosing to do hood rat stuff in the woods.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Couldn't be me. Ever. But with that being said, thank you guys for listening to the podcast. It's time that everybody's waiting for. Alec,
are you ready? Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about.
Give the people their shout out.
Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody that do storm chasing. That shit seemed crazy. We had a tornado like touchdown near us.
Yeah, like 3 miles away.
Like, yeah, fairly close. You can, if we got like had an angle, we could probably see it from our house. But there's a lot of trees in our house, and it was raining, and I didn't want to go outside and look. But yeah, man, that shit sounds fun and crazy. And shout out to everyone who does it, and you know, thankful for them too, because they give a lot of information about storms.
We're gonna need them more than ever now.
Pretty much.
But yes, thank you, storm chasers. You are the real heroes of the South and the Midwest. Tornado Alley. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening to the podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed. We'll be back again with more Cryptid Hunters, and we'll slowly be adding in some more paranormal ghost type things into the podcast as well. So stay tuned. Make sure you like, subscribe. You know the jazz. Everybody tells you to do it on any content form. Hypothetically Sound everywhere. Free Alek for art and stickers. And until next time, have a great day. Deuces.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to Hypothetically Sound. We hope you enjoyed the episode. All episodes can be found at hypotheticallysound.podbean.com, as well as on Apple, Spotify, and Pandora. For full unedited video versions of the podcast, please visit us at youtube.com/hypotheticallysound.